Good morning, Standing Strong. We're coming to you starting down sitting and crouching down a little bit because we're going to do like a barefoot class today. If we're going to start off with some toe and foot movements just to get everything going, and then we'll stand up and do the rest of it. So you'll just need to have a chair and, barefoot. If you have issues with your feet for whatever reason you can't do that, that's totally fine. Maybe just miss this bit and do the rest. So I've just got my my track pants rolled up a bit just so you can see my feet and ankles a bit better. And so this will be it's low intensity in the sense of it's not energetic work, it's more skill work to get those toes moving. And a lot of people find that they can't get their toes moving after a while because they've been cramped in shoes for so long. So if you have arthritis in your feet and toes, like these can sometimes really help alleviate some of that pain and ache you get at the end of the day if you do them well. All right, so what we're going to start with is just have your feet like under your knees comfortably apart, and we're just going to lift our big toes up like so. But we're keeping the rest of our toes down, so we're not doing anything else but that. So we'll just spend a few minutes, like maybe the first 5 minutes of the session doing this sort of stuff, and then we'll get up and do, some balance and cardio and strength. So now what we're going to do is the same thing, but we're going to lift all the rest of our toes up, but we're going to keep our big toe down. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like you can do this. Like if your feet just don't cooperate, that's pretty normal. Just have a go and try and send those messages there. And now see if you can do one and then the other. It's pretty hard, isn't it? Good. Now, put your feet out like so, keep your big toe up, and then just kind of wave the rest of your feet. So we call this a toe wave because you're kind of just waving your toes like so. Without moving your big toe. Good. Now we're just going to do some ankle circles. The other way around. This one. And the other way around. Good. And just sort of come up onto your tiptoes like that, and just stretch out your toes. So if you're like looking at like that, see how it's sort of like you're keeping your ball of your foot on the ground, but you're just stretching out your toe like that. Now, if you have like a bunion or something like that, don't put too much pressure on it. It's just going to hurt it. But just if you can, just try and work it a little bit. Get some more movement in your toes. Excellent. Good. And then we're going to go in and out. And you're trying to do that at the ankles. See how I'm not really moving my knees too much? You're just trying to rock in and out at your ankles. So you'll feel it in these muscles in here and the muscles in here as well as you do that. Good. Now put your feet nice and far behind you and keep your heel on the ground and just press down on your knees until you feel a bit of a stretch. Okay, and now we're going to do the funny one. So we're going to actually try and pry our toes apart. So you're going to put your fingers in between the spaces in your toes. I know this looks a bit strange, but this is so helpful. So you're just trying to link them up, and you're trying to stretch out those toes. They get sort of bunched up, don't they? You might not be able to get, you might only get the fingertip through on the first few toes, and that's okay. And just try and kind of roll it in and out. So just turning your foot in and out. We're just trying to get some more movement in your toes here and your feet. There are a lot of joints and bones in your foot, and a lot of them just don't get the movement they need, which is why we get stiff and sore. Most of our pain, I reckon, just really comes from the fact that a lot of parts don't get moved. So if you've joined us for the first time, or you didn't see that Move More Parts video, go onto YouTube. There's a Move More Parts video, which is about not just moving more, but moving more of you, if that makes sense. So you can be active, you can be an active person, but still a lot of your body can be sedentary, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a different thought that people go, well, I'm active on my feet all day. And that's true, like you get the cardiovascular benefits from that and the rest of it, but think of all the body parts that don't move, and the way that cells regenerate is through movement and pressures on them. And every cell in your body essentially needs a little bit of movement. And then just turning in and out. We're almost done with this, and then we'll get up into standing. Now that you've done that, what I want you to do is spread out your toes like that, right? So they're like gecko feet, and just see if you can create a bit of a gap between each toe and its neighbor. You'll usually find that the pinky toes, the little toes, are a lot weaker because they're smaller muscles. So don't be surprised if that's not doing anything at all. A lot of people find that they actually lift up rather than go to the side. And so just try and do them back and forth, like so. Good. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, we call this the Hungry Hippo. I don't know if you remember that game. We played it as a kid, but this movement looks like the Hungry Hippos off that game. You're going to lift your toes and big toe up without lifting your ball of your foot on. You're going to reach forward, and then you're going to draw it back. So lift up the toes, reach forward, draw it back. So lift, spread the toes out, reach forward, come back in. Reach up, spread them out, forward, back in. And if you haven't done this for a while, like me, you're a bit rusty. Like my feet are not doing what they should be doing, because I haven't done this one in a while. So it's always good just to have a bit of a practice. Excellent. Okay, we'll finish up there. So we'll stand up now. Have a short break. I'm just going to move the screen up a little bit. That's all right. I'll just have to, on this setup, sorry, it's a bit hard to change. Yeah, that might do. Okay. All right, so let's go into our balance now. So you can stay barefoot if you want. Put one foot out to the side and then lift it up, and then bring the foot into the knee, and we're going to balance. Keep going with that for a moment. Keep going with that. So the idea for a lot of people here, you want to get to the point of being able to do this holding it still for at least 5 seconds. For the Angophoras, try and aim for about 30 seconds. But if you're Banksia, 5 to 10 seconds is going to be really good. All right, then down again. Other side. turn your foot out first, lift it up, then back in. You can have something here to hold on to if you need to, or you can do it without. Okay, and then back in. Let's do one more time. Out to the side. Often good to do balance after you've done footwork like this, because all the joints are like primed and ready. And sometimes because you've moved your foot and it gets a bit less stiff, balance is actually a bit harder. So if you're finding this harder than usual because you've done the footwork, that's pretty normal too. Okay, lift it up and then down again. Other side. Excellent. All right, now what we're going to do is the one where we step, like tap forward and then tap to the side and then tap behind us. So you might not see the whole of me, but you get the idea. So lift up and hold, and then tap, and then back again. And out to the side, and back again. And then around behind you, and back again. So tap, tap, tap. All right, let's just do this 5 times. So that's 2. 3. 1. Try and keep your pelvis still the whole time if you can. Good. And back. Excellent. We're going to do the same thing, but on the other side, 5 times. So lifting up. So tap, and then back. Tap. I don't know if I've got room here. Yep, I do. Tap, back. That's 1. 2. So it's like your leg is doing it a little bit independently of the rest of you. When you come behind you, this knee can bend, of course. But you're just trying to keep balance without losing balance. One more time. Good. Excellent. All right, so what we're going to start doing now is come up onto your tiptoes with your feet apart, and then can't hold it today. Come up to your tiptoes, right, and then come down one at a time, and we're going to do like a calf raise, but we're going to shift our body from side to side, if that makes sense. So you're trying to come up and over. So you'll feel it in your calf muscles. Quite tricky. If you have like foot issues and this is causing you discomfort, so if you have a Morton's neuroma or midfoot arthritis or anything like that, this might not be the one for you at the moment. So just sit it out. Good. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so we're going to go kind of in and out. Whoa. Lost it. Good. Now we're going to do a tightrope walk. heel to toe. You can have your hands out for balance. And then back you come again. Oh. Good. Just shake it out a bit. All right, let's do our hip circle. So hopefully you start feeling like your feet and your lower legs starting to work. Excellent. Okay, feet together, knees together. So we're going to do the knee circles. Only go down as deep as you feel comfortable. Good. I just forgot what I was going to do next. Goodness, I've forgotten. Stand on one leg. Oh, that's right, I remember now. And turn your foot around. Other side. And turn your foot around. This is what I was going to do. So feet together, knees together. I'm going to lean forward. Just see how close we can get to our toes. Try not to bend your back. Try not to sort of bend your back like that. Keep your back straight. All right. Like that. Without hurting yourself. So chest up. And you should feel it in the back of your legs. Good. All right. Let's up the ante a little bit. We'll do a little bit of cardio. So we're going to do some side to side work. And just try and get the arms going a little bit. Yeah, so after all that footwork, you should feel like a little bit more warmed up there. A bit more ready. There we go. And we're going to go diagonally forward, diagonally forward, diagonally forward. And then we're going to go diagonally forward with arms going from ground to ceiling. So this is a bit tricky. To coordinate. Good. Then back to jogging on the spot. And then nice fast ones. And then back to normal. Okay, ladder climbing. Try and bring those Knees right up. You can go faster than me. You can kind of really get going if you want, or you can just go at this speed. And then set back. As you reach forward. Back to here again. All right, skipping. Let's get your breathing under control. Let it find its rhythm. All right, and then we're going to do the skater. And then we're going to do the cross-country skiing. Good, and then we'll do the well. So this is where we're pulling up the bucket from the well. So leaning over. Good. Well done. Have a rest. Have a rest. We're going to do a sit to stand challenge now. So grab your chairs. Grab your chairs. Now, with this one, I'll set the timer for 30 seconds. And we're going to do 30 seconds as fast as you feel safe and comfortable without pain. Have your knees apart. Don't let your knees collapse in. If you can do it without using your arms, if you're feeling strong enough, do so. Otherwise, use your hands either on your knees or on the side of the chair or arms. Have it. Are you ready? And go. You don't have to go too fast. Just what you feel comfortable with. Always with good control. Keep your chest up. And see, I'm just touching the chair. Rather, I'm not really fully sitting down. I'm just touching the chair, if that makes sense. Okay, stop there. Good, have a rest. Excellent. I like just to keep my body moving a little bit. You can even do some kind of just circular movements with your trunk. Just keep your back moving. All right, round two. Ready, set, go. 1. The other thing you can do is sort of use your hands as momentum. So you can do this kind of movement if you need to. Just see what suits your body best. Okay, stop there. And then wherever you ended up, sitting or standing, you can just keep moving. Very good. Okay. Ready, set, go. Okay, stop there. Good. We're going to do one more set for those who still can. If you're done, that's fine. If you're done after 3 sets, I don't blame you, but we'll do one more set for the super keen beans among us. You do start to get your heart rate up a bit. Just keep resting there for a minute. All right. Are you ready? And go. Okay, stop. Good, that'll be enough for squats, don't you reckon? We'll do a bit of a warm down now. Okay. Have your chair kind of handy. All right, 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind, and just kind of lunge into it until you feel a stretch. Try and have your back foot on the ground, like the heel on the ground. Good, and then other side. So feet parallel, hips square, and just you should feel it in that hip as well as behind the shin as well. Excellent. All right, let's just hold on to something. Just do some swing throughs. Then do some bicycles. Doing it without holding on is a nice balance exercise. Okay, good. Other side, so swing throughs. Just swing. And then the bicycles, they're similar, aren't they? One's just got more of a knee bend than the other. You can try it without holding on. Excellent. So let's just do some side to sides, some pendulums. And then some kind of rotations, just rotate out through it if you can. And then similar sort of thing, just watch your chair that you don't back it. Good. Do our washing machine exercise, just loosening everything up. Just make sure, yep, we're on time, that's good. All right, so just deep breaths to finish with. So breath in, and then just tighten everything up and then relax as you push out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. There you have it, kind of like a foot-centric workout, starting at your foot, working up from balance, mobility, and the rest of it. Just stay on for a moment, those of you who are here, just for a moment before you run off.